Hello, this is the WUaS News and Question and Answer, World University and Schools News and Question and Answer and Open Conversation opportunity on Monday at May 22nd, 2023 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time in California and the West Coast of the USA. And I think it's 7:30 p.m. India time, halfway across the world. If you'd like to join this open conversation in upcoming weeks, this open Q&A, please let meeting at World University and School know. Meeting at worlduniversityandschool.org presently. As we seek to accredit with Mid-States Commission on Higher Education with offices in the greater Philadelphia area, potentially our domain name for World University and School will change to .edu, which would be great for a variety of reasons. This is part of today's news, and let me just check to see if anyone wants to join us presently. Not yet. So for today, in terms of the WS News and Question and Answer, you can find a recording from the WS Monthly Business Meeting, which is open and conducted loosely in the manner of friends, Quakers, unprogrammed friends, from Saturday, 2 days ago, May 18th, 2023, at the blog from scott-macleod.blogspot.com, the one beginning Sagebrush, Nevada State Flower. It's also in the World University and School blog at World University and School at Blogspot. So check that out. Item 1 in today's WS News and Question and Answer. World University and School is continuing to proceed with Middle States Commission on Higher Education and needs financial resources and a financial plan especially. Per item 6 here from February 24th, 2023, from Connie Clifton, who is our World University and School representative or contact at Middle States Commission on Higher Education. I'll post this email. I've posted this email already to today's blog post at scott-macleod.blogspot.com, Sagebrush, Nevada State Flower. But let me just read a few of the items. President MacLeod, thank you for your email regarding Middle States Commission on Higher Education. As the Director of Membership, I am happy to discuss any aspect of our process with you. I work with Diana Bonner, who has provided me with some context regarding her communications with you. And as an aside, Diana Bonner called me, I think in January of 2023, as I was sitting in my car in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and seemed to suggest that we had the green light. World University and School had the green light to begin and proceed with accreditation with Middle States Commission on Higher Education. But World University and School has since been in communication with Connie Clifton at Middle States Commission on Higher Education. She's provided 7 criteria for World University and School potentially to meet as pre-applicant minimum requirements. And while those are in the WS scott-macleod.blogspot blog today, and I'll put it in World University and Schools blog as well, I'll just read item 6. The institution must have documented financial resources, funding base, and plans for financial development, including those from any related entities, including without limitations systems, religious sponsorship, and corporate ownership adequate to support its educational purposes and programs and to ensure financial stability. Kind regards, Connie Clifton at Middle States Commission on Higher Education. That's from February 24th, 2023. And on Thursday, May 4th, just a few weeks ago, Connie Clifton writes to me, like any other institution, WUaS can start the pre-application process if it meets the minimum eligibility requirements. Keep in mind that the entire process to become accredited usually takes more than 2 years. I would also like to draw your attention to minimum eligibility requirement 3 and 6, which I just read to you. Let me know if you have any questions. Regards, Connie Clifton. So, World University and School is further seeking to develop especially financial resources and a financial plan to proceed with accreditation with Middle States Commission on Higher Education, having already received authorization from the state of Pennsylvania's Department of Education in January as well, but having not paid those fees either yet. So item 1A, and World University and School is further seeking matriculating students, potentially for September 1st, 2023, in our online MIT OpenCourseWare centric on a Google WUaS platform, free WUaS degree programs. So if you know of students who might be interested in our online free MIT OpenCourseWare centric degrees, potentially an AA degree, for example, a 2-year undergraduate degree, Associate of Arts, which might be what Connie Clifton is referring to. I think we might have to, I think World University and School might have to graduate our first class before we become fully accredited. This was the process in California, which I learned as long ago as the year 2013, about 10 years ago, from the Western Association Schools and Colleges senior, a meeting I had in Alameda, California, near Oakland, California, in the San Francisco Bay Area, with a vice president there at the time of Middle States Commission of Western Association of Schools and Colleges senior. So I think we have to graduate our first class. Perhaps this will be an AA class, a 2-year undergraduate class, and perhaps then we can become fully accredited, having with Middle States Commission on Higher Education, which accredits the institution, not degree programs, for example, and having paid the fees along the way and continued to grow our matriculating student body. So please let meeting at worlduniversityandschool.org know if you know of prospective students who are interested in free online university degrees from home. Item 2, Stanford Law Codex presentation questions to speakers on Thursday, May 18th, 2023. Check out the blog post in Goldenrod, which is, I think, another state flower. Is it of North Dakota or Nebraska, perhaps? And from about 2 days ago, I think this is the Friday blog post in my blog, scott-macleod.blogspot.com, and especially regarding inquiring with 2 of the speakers who were from the MIT Sloan School of Management, whether they might be available to help create a financial plan for World University and School, and in regards to this accreditation process as we grow further. So WUaS has reached out to 2 speakers from the MIT Sloan School of Management in a Stanford Law Codex presentation last Thursday about a potential financial plan, and especially since WUaS is a CC4 licensed, 1 share, 2 adapt, 3 but non-commercially, are what the CC4 licensing refers to, especially since WUaS is a CC4 licensed MIT OpenCourseWare centric growing university, and in WS offering free online MIT OpenCourseware-centric degrees. Item 3, a realistic virtual Earth for history. Think Google Street View with time slider. The time slider is a remarkable sort of way in Google Street View, Google Maps, Google Earth, TensorFlow AI to possibly create new methodologies for the study of history, for the representation of history, for historical scholarship. So a realistic virtual Earth for history with the National Park Service and in communication with the National Park Service's Fort Necessity, which is a national park in southwest Pennsylvania, and potentially as classrooms, STEAM field sites, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematic field sites, for example, archaeological field sites, and also not only at the street view level, but at the molecular level and cellular levels, atomic levels, and also realistic virtual Earth, even for WUaS robotics. Could a World University and School create historical figures out of robots, like the Toyota humanoid robot THR3, and could they be some Native Americans from 1754 when Fort Necessity was sort of a site for the first battle in the French-Indian-British War, 22 years before the American Revolution. So could we have Native American WS robots from Toyota humanoid robots, THR3s, in those woods and interacting with visitors and conversationally with natural language processing, and as these robots iterate as well. And also a realistic virtual Earth for history for, in particular, museums, which this Fort Necessity historical site is, and also for libraries, so a realistic virtual Earth for history for libraries. Could we, in such a Google Street View with time slider conception of realistic virtual Earth for history for libraries, could we go into, say, the Library of Congress in 1812 in Google Street View, and having time slid back to 1812 and into the Library of Congress at that time from images and photos and other maybe drawings and other textual resources, and pick a library book off the shelf and read it right there from your home computer screen. Pick a PDF file off the Library of Congress virtual bookshelf from 1812 and read it at home. Similarly with museums, could one gain access to all the objects and their provenance, their annotations in, say, the Fort Necessity Museum collection as a federal National Park Service site, and also potentially, as an aside, gain access to all the Carnegie Museum of Art and Natural History objects in the Carnegie museums in their databases, to be able to learn more, study more, engage more, all the objects that they have in their museums, Carnegie Museums for Art and Natural History, for example. So just yesterday, I was at Fort Necessity, National Park Service's site in Farmington, Pennsylvania, and talked with two National Park Service representatives, Braxton Berkey and John Buchel. And some of that conversation is in a blog post, beginning Purple Lilac, New Hampshire's State Flower, in scott-macleod.blogspot.com. check it out. World University and School is seeking to facilitate physical, digital, realistic virtual Earth for history. So think 1754 and this Fort Necessity site virtually, and correspondence to 1754 physically, to the degree we can deduce that from the physical National Park Service site, and then also 2023, for example. The Fort Necessity in 2023 physically, and Fort Necessity in 2023 virtually in Google Street View. Begin to see how we could see history anew, even interact with history immersively, come into conversation with Park Service representatives, for example, in 2023, virtually, and possibly even when we go to the physical Fort Necessity site again in 2023, for example, could we interact, or in 2025, with Toyota humanoid robots that become Park Service representatives, for example, in this particular Fort Necessity site. Some interesting possibilities, creative innovation potentials that World University and School Robotics is also seeking to facilitate, and potentially with modeling such in a realistic virtual Earth for history. Stay tuned. Hoping to grow this at World University and School, this realistic virtual Earth for history, realistic virtual Earth for anthropology, realistic virtual Earth for chemistry, for physics, for biology, for geology, for archaeology, and a realistic virtual Earth coming into conversation with a realistic virtual Harbin Hot Springs as ethnographic field site. In particular, my research interests from 1972 forward. Could we visit Harbin in each year from 1972 forward in the 1960s? Could we soak in the Harbin warm pool from home in our home bathtubs, and for research further, brain research with iterating wearables on our head, all from this realistic virtual Earth for history, for example. Think Google Street View with Time Slider Maps, Earth, TensorFlow AI, TensorStore, Little Pegman, the avatar in Google Street View becoming large, like Native Americans, like George Washington, like Edward Braddock, like Tenasheerian, who was a Native American at the time, 1754. More about this to come. Item 4 in this WS News and Question and Answer on Monday, May 22nd, 2023. Exploring further the potential for a WS Lego robotics stores in Pittsburgh, and just brainstorming wise, two in particular, a possible WS midsize physical WS Lego robotics outlet, for one on Walnut Street in Shadyside area of Pittsburgh, attractive shopping area, and two, WS large and innovatively a WS robotics managed WS educational services store, possibly in a former Walmart, in the Waterworks Mall near Fox Chapel in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, that's also potentially close to the Shadyside Academy, a high achieving high school in Fox Chapel, and as a possible way, both of these stores to do outreach to prospective students who might be interested in free online CC4 MIT OpenCourseware centric World University and School degrees. So recently I went into Shadyside area of Pittsburgh and took some pictures of a couple of empty storefronts on Walnut Street. One 4 doors down from the Apple computer store on Walnut Street, and another just a few doors farther down on Walnut Street from this Apple computer store. I think there are 3 Apple computer stores in Pittsburgh presently. And these are interesting possible sites. There are actually a lot of store openings, vacant stores on Walnut Street at this time. Seems like it could be an interesting opportunity for World University and School to begin to open our first stores while I'm possibly here still in Pittsburgh through the end of July 31st, 2023. But maybe after that, after I potentially return to Canyon, California, 94516, 5 miles east of Berkeley, potentially September 1st, 2023, seeking to grow physical digital educational services stores. And these are 2 possible sites, brainstorming-wise, for our initial WS Lego Robotics, WS Educational Services stores in Pittsburgh. Item 4A, in what ways could we also potentially add books and computers to such stores, maybe even a similar product line, but oriented around educational services to that which Walmart had in that closed Walmart site in the Waterworks Mall, including possibly groceries for eating, for example, and that would all be WUaS robotics managed. And not only with Lego robotics, but potentially with possibly Toyota robotics and humanoid robotics and other kinds of robotics. So begin to iterate innovatively in a retail space, in an educational services space, with robotics managed stores and also selling robotics for educational purposes. There's a fascinating tweet of a Toyota humanoid robot, THR3, with developing artificial intelligence that is manipulating some Lego Duplo blocks. So these are bigger Lego bricks than the small ones. These are for littler kids. And interesting potential when Toyota humanoid robots can make Lego robots as a sort of new set of developments in robotics. And also if World University and School in our robotics tracks, in our engineering programs, can develop, offer such resources to students in their homes as Toyota humanoid robots, as Lego robotics kits from these possible 2 stores in Pittsburgh, brainstorming-wise, a mid-sized store and a large-size WS Educational Services store, which would be WS Robotics managed. Item 5, just sharing some videos regarding WS Lego robotics kits and the Scratch programming language, which is out of the MIT Media Lab and Harvard Graduate School of Education. It's a free programming language for Scratch, a visual programming language, a drag and drop programming language, and some tutorials about how to use, for example, the Scratch programming language with the Lego Robotics We Do 2.0 robotics kits. This kit is something that the WS Corporation, World University and School is Educational Services Stores is authorized to carry, but it's actually been retired. New kits are coming along for educational purposes, but these video tutorials are a fascinating way to begin to program with the Scratch programming language with Lego robotics, all from home. Great set of opportunities. Hoping also that as the Lego robotics kits further develop, that World University and School can carry these LEGO robotics kits in all 200 countries in WS physical digital educational services stores, and potentially make these available to students, prospective students in all countries. And could LEGO robotics, also LEGO education, develop university-oriented LEGO robotics kits so that someone studying from home for a PhD in this innovative World University and School PhD programs, potentially in all 200 countries and in their main languages, could, in the aggregate, get enough LEGO robotics kits, enough Toyota humanoid robots, maybe have a Toyota humanoid robot THR3 in their home for the duration of their PhD program, and other robotics all in their room for studying for this PhD at World University and School in their country, in their language. Could LEGO robotics, LEGO education make enough university-oriented kits for a course after course after course, so that in the aggregate, students could do very interesting PhDs with all such kits from their home sort of space. Hopefully we'll also, World University and School, as an aside, kind of item 5A, will facilitate meetups in students' villages and towns and cities, so that there will be some face-to-face in-person joy of getting together physically happening. But this is all oriented for WS LEGO home robotics, and with say the Scratch programming language, in a new way of bringing LEGO robotics together with another programming language, Scratch, compared with LEGO's own block programming language, which comes with the current LEGO robotics kits. I think, yeah, fascinating set of possibilities there too. So item 6, in another vein, and regarding growing World University and School and the WS Corporation, and World University and School's monthly business meeting recently, and having received a partnering email from the Stanford MindPie network and organization that in World University and School seeking to code for all 7.9 billion people on the planet in all 200 countries, speakers of all 7,151 known living languages, that we can partner with Stanford MindPie cryptocurrency, and partly because I think 900 Pi coins were removed from my account, and I reached out and asked whether out of this the World University and School and the WS Corporation could partner with Stanford MindPie. Recently, the World University and School email account, workspace account in Google, which is info@World University and School, was disabled. It was hacked in a sense. And after I had sent out, I think, an agenda for a monthly business meeting on Thursday. And could this be because a World University and School database, this is all by way of inquiry, because I haven't yet learned why info@worlduniversityandschool.org is a disabled account currently. But one question is, could this be because worlduniversityandschool.org/web database, which is in WordPress site, has been spamming the info@worlduniversityandschool.org email account, which is a Google Education email account. And also where I've been locked out of this worlduniversityandschool.org/WEB WordPress site for a long time. So I can't correct that it's sort of sending all these emails to the info@worlduniversityandschool.org. So could this info@worlduniversityandschool.org workspace email account have become disabled, regarding these spamming emails coming from this worlduniversityandschool.org web/web database in WordPress. And I've emailed and reached out to, inquired with Peter Norvig, a head of AI at Google, Lydia Pincher, who's the Wikimedia Wikidata project manager in Berlin, Ed Smythe, MD, who's the chief medical officer at World University and School named, and the MIT Digital Currency Initiative director, Neha Narula, and others. And I did this many months ago about turning this spewing WUaS database website address into a way to code for all 7.9 billion people on the planet. And again, to end poverty potentially, and also create wiki-free universal education at WUaS and among speakers of all 7,151 known living languages. Haven't heard back from them, didn't hear back from them many months ago. I haven't heard back from them to a recent inquiry. But perhaps this is why the info@worlduniversityandschool.org email account has become disabled recently. Who knows? And further, could a whole group of coders from a variety of different organizations, say from Google itself, say from Wikimedia, Wikidata, and federal banks in Germany, in the US, and similar, be possibly, inquiry-wise, creating the information technology infrastructure for a WUaS Stanford MindPi to become a main near universal cryptocurrency in 200 countries from this URL at World University and School, wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/u_at_world_university. And with the above related WUaS WordPress database site. And you can get Stanford MindPi for free yourself with this invitation, this following invitation code, which would also be linked to all of the above. Go to mindpi.com/SGKMAC and download the app on your smartphone and begin to mine Stanford MindPi every 24 hours, taking less than 5 seconds. And you can begin to accumulate MindPi cryptocurrency coins as well. And as a item 6B in some of these regards as well, could Stanford MindPi and even a realistic virtual Earth for cryptocurrency possibly make the purchase, I think Google Street View with Time Slider, Maps, Earth, TensorFlow AI, little Pegman becoming Avatar Bot, electronic medical records of you and I, possibly make the purchase of molecules and cells for science, molecular compounds, in a realistic virtual Earth for genetics, newly possible. Interesting set of possibilities with a developing cryptocurrency where cash, the currency of each of 200 countries, is less fungible, less easy to use in such contexts as a realistic virtual Earth for genetics and possibly for molecules and science, and cells as well, cell science as well. Item 7, so glad to learn in some auto responses to the WUaS Monthly Business Meetings emails on Thursday that the former executive director of the MIT Media Lab, Joey Ito, is doing well in Japan. I think he's advising various Japanese internet organizations, governmental organizations, and particularly maybe using the heuristic of Web 3.0 as a way to possibly further develop the Japanese internet. Interesting. In what ways could Joey further possibly engage and help grow Japan World University and School for free MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Google WUaS platform, free degrees to Japanese prospective students. So again, in Japanese, and for the following degrees: Bachelor, PhD, Law, Medicine, IB High School, AA, Associate of Arts degrees, and Master's degrees, and how to stay in touch further about this. I've included him on the Monday WS News and question and answer emails, and perhaps that's the current best way to grow World University and School, possibly exploratorily in Japan too. So that's the news and question and answer for today. Just check to make sure I didn't miss someone who was seeking to join this open conversation. I'll post this recording to the current active YouTube channel for World University and School, youtube.com/Scott MacLeod World University. The next WS News and question and answer is on Monday, May 29th, 2023 at 7 a.m. Pacific Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, USA, 7:30 p.m. India time. I have to check what time that would be in Japan, but see you then, potentially. All the best, abolitionally friendly greetings. Until next time. Bye for now.